Well, welcome back, everybody. Everybody has a bad habit, right? Or maybe a couple of them that you want to try to fix. And all we want to do is try to break them and replace them with better ones. And that's a little easier said than done. And I'm here with Curt Francis, the author of How to Break Bad Habits and Create Great Ones. Welcome to the show today.
Thank you very much, Brent.
Yeah, so everybody I think has a bad habit or two, whether they want to admit it or not. Is that kind of the premise behind this whole book, why you came up with it? Because it relates to everyone?
Absolutely. Look, we've all got bad habits, right? So, we don't decide our futures. We decide our habits, and our habits decide our futures. So if I'm going to help people, change their future, I've got to help them with their habits.
So there is help, even if you have the worst of the worst habits. Like mine might be procrastination or biting my nails or, spending money on things that I may not, should need to spend those on. There's steps that you can do to fix them, correct?
Sure, absolutely. Because bad habits or good habits is not only to do with your actions, but it's also, your mind, your thoughts, your emotions, controlling your emotions. So it goes a lot deeper than what people think.
So you've got 3 mistakes that people make. So let's go through some of those 3 mistakes.
So Brent, the very first one is that we've got to stop and avoid focusing on the bad habits.
So you've got this.
Because
we focus too much on things, right?
Because what you focus on expands. So you don't expand the bad habit. you want to get rid of it. So we get rid of the magnifying glass and we don't focus on it.
Yeah. And what is the second?
The second one's very interesting. We've got to avoid hanging out with the same people. And you see, we start looking like the people we hang out with, right?
Got you. Yes.
Absolutely.
Yes. So you avoid people that may be causing or attributing or contributing to the habit that you may not want to be around, no matter how small the habit is.
Sure, because actually Harvard research shows, actually says that 95% of our mistakes or 95% of our successes has all got to do with the people we hang out with.
That makes sense. It makes sense. So in your book, you cover a third one too, zero accountability. What exactly does that mean, zero accountability?
We've got to avoid that.
Okay.
We need accountability. And from our spouses, friends, family, it might be a support group. It might be some people at work even. It might be neighbors. We need accountability, all of us. And especially when we're trying to break a bad habit.
And you have an acronym, basically a habit that you talk to people about. Go through some of those that help to make that up so that we could make some good habits.
Absolutely. So habit, I guess, so H is for being humble. We need to be humble when we start. We can't start big, right? We've got to start small.
You can't fix it all at once.
No, absolutely. Right. So we've got to start small. So that's H. And A is for accountability again, but a different accountability. We've got to teach ourselves how to be accountable, and we can use journals to do that. Journals is a powerful way to teach ourselves accountability. And then B, we've got to believe. We've got to believe that we're actually going to be able to start that new habit and form it, and it's going to be part of our life.
Right. And you say the other is indoctrination.
Indoctrination. That's so interesting.
What is that for people that may not know?
Absolutely. So indoctrination, initially, you see, indoctrination is a kind of teaching, and that's going to really come from your willpower initially. Okay, and once the willpower is over, because we've only got a limited amount of willpower, right? And discipline. Every human being has only got. It doesn't matter who you are. Great CEOs, the president, doesn't matter. We've all got a little bit of willpower. So when that takes over from the new habit, so whenever we break a habit, we should always be forming a new one. Always, never break a bad habit without forming a new one, because that's the indoctrination. The new habit indoctrinates and gets you out of that behavior.
And of course, we've got time, which we're running out of right now, but we do want to make sure that you get that in too. You got to have time to get it. You can't do it all at once.
No, absolutely. Yeah. And research shows that it takes 33 days to dismantle a bad habit, to start dismantling it, and takes 66 days to form a new habit, and 99 days for that habit to get into autopilot.
Curt, which means you better get the book now so you can get started, right? And move on. So where can you get the book?
Absolutely. You can go to curtfrancis.com on my website, and you can get it right off there.
Very good.